Hello, hello, hello. We are here. And I'm going to start sharing my screen. Oh, how does that look? Not slideshow. There we go. Beautiful. All right, it's 11:13, a little past 11:11. See if anybody joined us today. I'll just wait for a few to hop along on. I wanted to go over the spring reset, 14-day spring reset that we started on May 1st at 11:11. That video is private. And but this video, here we go. Anybody can watch. And I just wanted to go over what we did. We had a spring reset challenge. It was incredible. It was so beautiful. All the engagement we had. And there was a lot of locals and a lot of people across Canada getting spring reset detox kits shipped to them, all wildcrafted by me in this great prairie province of Alberta. And so we're going to talk all about the spring reset, little recap, the 14-day challenge. I had points, I have prizes to give away. I will have to announce that right away to my crew in our little email that we have going on, the daily emails, which are going to end today. Just at the last one with this link. So see if anybody's hopping on. If not, that's okay. Everybody can watch the replay later. All right, so with the spring reset recap, I wanted to go over why drainage before detox, which is what we talked about in the other video. If you wanted to watch, it's on my channel here. It's on the live tab. And it was on April 24th. We did a little prep talk and talked about why drainage. So the spring reset detox kit is about preparing your drainage systems. What are they? What's going on there? Well, I'm going to go do a little recap and show you basically all the lifestyle things we went over and the educational empowerment about what our drainage systems are, how they support the detox systems, how they're basically totally connected. The lymphatic system plays a huge role. And I always recommend to make sure all the pathways are clear and everything's moving before you step into a big purging liver flush detox. Like that's the real detox in a way. Like, I mean, this liver flush action will force detox onto your detoxification systems. Our body naturally detoxes, right? That's why we have 5 plus the lymph detox systems. So here we go. So I just introduce myself again. I'm Elaine Doucette. I'm a clinical herbalist. Since 2010, I started the Herbal Mama. When I became a mama, I was a herbalist working in a clinical setting in Edmonton, Alberta. And the Herbal Mama was born with my first baby boy, Raiden Bauer. Anyways, and so the website started. And I was doing iridology at the time as a way of assessing which herbs would be best for which system, because in iridology you can see all the systems. And then fermentation kind of found me. I found in my clinical practice, a lot of people had gut issues, including myself. Postpartum, I had gut issues. And so I was introduced to fermentation by my doula, and I never looked back, and I just couldn't stop making ferments, and it turned into a business. So I was all over farmers markets in Alberta and BC since 2016 and still going. And now it's kind of turning into an online thing. I do a lot of workshops. There's a lot of classes on my channel here. I am wearing pickle earrings for a reason. If you're wondering, these were locally made by a local artisan from the Strathcona Farmers Market. All right, so let's get going here. So let's do a little recap first. And I wanted to talk about, the drainage before detox. And then we're going to go into the liver flush and what that looks like and how you can join me Next week, I'm going to start the prep. I'm not going to be doing daily emails or daily, there's no group to join. It's just kind of like I'm going to be doing it. And this is what I'm doing. And I have a little protocol book. You can do it anytime. For me, next week is perfect. After the long weekend festivities, I will be doing it, and I'll show you how to prep your body with apples a day, apple kefir, water kefir. So I'll definitely recommend to I have a water kefir class on my website or in the YouTube channel there's a playlist that says fermentation classes. There is a water kefir and beet kvass class all in one. And so you can just fast forward to the water kefir and learn. Locally, you can pick up water kefir SCOBY from me or get it online. If you want any recommendations, just let me know. I can send you some you can order through Calgary. There's some from the States. I don't know how ordering would be from there. I think there's a couple of Canadian companies. Alrighty, so here we go. So a little bit of a review. So we did a 14-day reset spring detox kit. And so all these herbs, the main herb blend is the bitters. So I recommend herbal bitters as a way of kind of climbing out of winter hibernation and getting all the drainage pathways, all the, the gunky crud, whatever you want to call it, getting it out of the system, getting it down the pipes. And it will help to get your liver to produce more bile and to clean everything out. Bile is like a detergent. It's like a disinfectant, and it helps to, also bitters helps to release stomach acids and digestive enzymes. But yeah, your bile breaks down a lot of fat and it cleans the gut. So overall, the big bowels and the whole gut microbiome will be so much happier and cleaner. If you have any heaviness after winter, which most people do, it's really good to go out and eat a lot of sprouts and spring greens like dandelion leaf and stem, which of course is in that bitters compound. All of these herbs were wildcrafted and foraged by me, except for the gentian. So I used that beautiful violet flower there. I purchased gentian root through Organic Matters out of BC. And it's just the most bitter herb on the planet, known to humanity. So I, blended them all together, and I did the whole decoction, dual extraction, infusion. It's an alcohol tincture. And bitters is good for so many things, but this is what I recommended for the spring reset. So we had a big group of people just, chiming in on the challenge. There was a herbal fiber blend, which is like a prebiotic fiber. Like, what's the difference between a probiotic and a prebiotic? Well, prebiotics are basically fiber and nutrients that help to feed the probiotics, feed the healthy bacteria in your gut. And so in the fiber blend, I have in there, and I recommend zeolite clay in this day. You know what I mean? Zeolite is really good for binding chemicals, heavy metals, and it also gives back. It gives back trace minerals as well. So it's not going to completely deplete the system. This is just a gentle reset. This is it's not meant to purge the system. There's no aggressive fibers in here. Like psyllium it can be aggressive, can be drying if you're already dehydrated. So I like zeolite clay because it gives you a binding action. Plus there's some hydration going on. There's a bit of a charge. So it actually it literally zaps like parasites and heavy metals. And then we have charcoal. Distracted by my phone. Look at me. Looking good. Thanks, baby. Oh gosh, somebody didn't get any a message. I am live. Debbie, do you see me now? Are you here? Are you here, my sweetie? The links should work. Oh boy. Links are a-working. We had a lot of I had a lot of technical issues during that spring reset, so I missed one of my live calls. It was kind of a bonus anyways. I didn't really talk about the May 8th, but Fermentation Friday, I wanted to kind of give everybody a chance to connect. So yeah, Debbie, I am live. Hopefully you're going to get on here. So talking more about, I'm going to go back to fiber. Hopefully Debbie finds her way on here. My sweet Debbie, one of the spring cleanse challengers. She was awesome. She posted a lot of her amazing soups and smoothies. Yeah, it was a really great group we had going on. So yeah, zeolite clay, love it. Activated charcoal helps to just, if you have any like food poisoning, right? Activated charcoal goes to the rescue. It goes and like binds with everything and takes it away. Diatomaceous earth, again, it's like a silica. So silica is excellent for like breaking down a lot of your parasites or just breaking down, clumpy goop. I'm just using all the technical terms here. And then I have a prebiotic herbal fiber blend. So it's whole herb powders. And then I also have Trifallow, my favorite gentle laxative. So this for herbal fiber blend will give you the fiber, the clays, the earth, and things to help keep your bowels moving, because that's your main drainage. That's like the last phase 3. After the liver's processing everything and it dumps it into the, that's the dump is the bowels basically. And then probiotics, of course, I recommend those. Those are my favorites, right? With my fermentation background and just seeing all the results I got with all my clients. So I recommend daily, all you need is a tablespoon a day with food. That's what our ancestors did traditionally. Debbie's on. Hey, bud. Okay. So yeah, so everybody did all that and we had some really pretty great results, mostly positive. I'm going to talk mostly about the positive, and we can talk a little bit about the negative here, but I'm going to go into testimonials soon. So yes, a picture of most of the ingredients in the fiber blend. Look at that on the top. It's fiber blend, the first picture there. Let's see if you guys can see. There's the amla berry. Can you see my little arrow? So cute. So amla berry is like a vitamin C source, which is in the Trifallow blend. So it's like a gentle herbal laxative that has a lot of nourishment to give, like vitamin C. So it will help to, it's not going to go and strip and make your butt so raw you're not going to want to do a detox ever again. Pardon my bluntness. So it's very nutritive, and vitamin C helps to build collagen. So your structure will not be, stripped down basically from any of this crazy, some of the crazy laxatives out there. I can't even do them. Like, I'm super sensitive. So take it from me, a super sensitive detoxifier, sensitive system. I've been detoxing for years. And yeah, lots of herbal blends. Mullein is a great puller, has pulling action as an actual herb. Cayenne is one of the peppers that is the only pepper that actually rebuilds from all like the chilies. The chilies can be they can create a raw environment. They can strip, tear, damage tissue. Cayenne actually rebuilds tissue and helps blood flow, which all, spicy peppers do. And yeah, so I love cayenne for healing, for cleansing, for getting circulation going, getting the drainage pathways going. Activated charcoal, like we talked about, and there's some zeolite clay. All right, and then the bitters we talked about too. So those are all the beautiful herbs I foraged from my land up in Westlock County. Yarrow, nettle, ditchweeds, right? They're medicine. They're like super powerful medicine. Thistles, the most annoying ditchweed. Nettle and thistle are probably, tied for that category for being annoying, but they are so healing. They go and especially thistle, think of milk thistle. There's clinical research on milk thistle, and Canadian thistle have very similar compounds, and it's abundant. So you catch it in the beautiful purple flowering stage, and there's your medicine. All right, so I wanted to just whiz right through these, but this is kind of giving you an idea of what the challenge was. I'm going to have this as a program available, a detox online course, and then it'll get your daily challenges. And so what we did is we talked about the core 4, which is like the basics that we should be doing every day for health that we probably don't do, which is hilarious and ridiculous. But day 1 is like eat real food, like obviously, right? But what is real food? And a lot of doctors don't tell you? Who goes and sees a nutritionist? Who can afford a dietitian? So here we are, just, I'm your herbal mama, and I'm going to tell you what to eat. But yeah, I had inflammatory foods lists. So what to avoid basically, and what to, help to bring health and take away inflammation. So 80% just, eat real food. 20%, sure, go ahead and treat yourself. And you don't have to do any of this, but this was a challenge that a lot of people signed up for if they wanted to take it to the next level and actually hone in on their basic, simple, daily, lifestyle, health changes or health ways that we should all have, right? So day 2, drink water, guys, right? Basic. So what's hydration? The most hydrating, mineral-rich foods that I've studied this for a while. I mean, chaga actually came up. There was a study by David Wolf. He said he was a part of, when I went to see him years ago, he was a part of the science team, and they were just researching and getting down to like all the trace minerals, and it's a rich antioxidant as well. Anything that's dark in color. So chaga is like a black brown. Acai berry came up as antioxidant rich, but we're talking about trace minerals. So trace mineral rich, chaga tea is highest, and all the melons and all these things are pretty obvious, right? And so those are all my favorite. And just drinking, I'm going to whiz right by it, like I said. So day 2 was hydration. Drink water, guys. Basic, right? Day 3, stress less and sleep enough. Easier said than done, maybe, but here is some tips on the latest functional medicine research that I can't stop reading this stuff because I love it. I live and breathe and sleep all this research. I love it. So all these strategies I offered, there's herbs for that. And then day 4 was movement. So this is your core 4. So it's like eat real food, drink water, drink enough water, work on your stress, try to sleep enough so your body gets that, it's that rejuvenation and repair it needs at night. And then day 4 is movement. So that's the 4th one. And that's just basic stuff. You don't have to go do aerobics and sweat your butt off at the gym. And, you don't have to sweat it to the oldies, but sweating is a really good thing. Am I showing my 90s colors now? I'm sweating to the oldies. Remember that, guys? So walking weights, lymphatic flow, and then just kind of like trying to educate all the ways. And hopefully I didn't overwhelm everybody, but I did ask, am I overwhelming you? Actually, one person did say it's a lot of information. I'm like, just do the basics then, just take your bitters, drink water, look at your sleep, and then like, I can talk it out if you want to. And then we went on and on. Day 5, I just kept going back to like the core 4, but kind of adding more. So like what herbs help to increase hydration. Then we did these like herbal kind of hydration drinks, because a lot of herbs have a lot of trace minerals to help to get to the root of your hydration issues, right? I'm just drinking pineapple juice because you know what happened, guys? I'm going to call it my detox cough. But I got like one of those head colds. Everybody's getting this like head cold cough. Pretty crazy. So, pineapple juice is that enzyme is supposed to take away any coughing. So I might be drinking and chewing on lozenges this whole way just so we keep the flow. Alrighty. Okay. So yeah. So day 6, hump day, kind of in the middle there. It was a Wednesday. And I just did a little review. Like everybody's just, you don't have to do any of the you don't have to do any of the core 4, you guys. You don't have to sleep. Yeah, right. But don't stress. You don't have to worry about it during this cleanse. But I was just kind of going over all the other things to do. And well, when you are taking clay and new herbs, it's probably important that your body does get the sleep it needs and you're not having a stressful time, or you might get uncomfortable symptoms. Like allergy season came up and one of my adult challengers, she had more allergy symptoms than usual, which is completely opposite of what nettle is the main ingredient in the herbal bitters. Nettle is actually antihistamine, so it helps with allergies. So who knows? It could have been another level of detox. Like when your body drains and gets rid of old crud and crap, it can express the under layers of crud and crap sort of thing. I know I'm just so technical here. So kind of an overview of like, hey guys, are you taking the kit? You know, what's it for? Why are we taking this? And then the ferments, don't forget your ferments. And the ferments will actually save a lot of reactions too. So yeah, so that goes into, I just wanted to talk about the testimonials. So testimonials here, this is all the good news. The one bad news was one person was overwhelmed. There's a lot of information. So I just said, don't worry about it. Just do what you can. Just take your medicine. Mama says your plant medicine. And the other one was, allergies crept up. So she just kind of lowered detox. There was some people that got some purging effects. I told everybody to take it slow, but even taking it slow. So you never know until you know, until you go and do a detox sort of thing. And this is the best way to get to know your body is by doing these kinds of detoxes, but we want to take it slow. So that's why I'm going over this reset recap. And then we're going to jump into the liver flush. And like even everybody that just did that 14-day reset with me, I really, I would like them to consider if they're ready for this liver flush. I do have the easy peasy lemon squeezy version of the liver flush. So that could be another option. So yeah, so taking it slow. But in general, I had such great feedback and I so appreciate these testimonials. But yeah, everybody's been feeling lighter. They like the creative ideas. They like the abundance of information, let's call it. An energy to bring the ideas. Yeah, so I kind of inspired ideas. That felt good. I think this challenge, just in general, having that. The daily teachings and check-ins, kept accountable, because people can often struggle with that, right? That's so true. I can totally relate. This, me being accountable to everybody needing accountability, kept me accountable. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate this because now I have this beautiful package that hopefully I can help others stay accountable on their detox journey, on their detox and drainage journeys. And so, yeah, great group. We have a composter in the group there. And she was just talking about she had to miss a meeting because she had to go to a compost event. So sweet, right? So wonderful format. She's loving it. Best poops ever. She loves that she can talk openly about that because you know what? I'm totally open. I mean, my clinical herbalist days, and like I said in the beginning, if you guys heard me, most people had bowel issues. Guess what we talked about a lot? So I'm used to it. And I'm a mom, right? So there you go. And then, yeah, a lot of people get a lot of energy from this cleanse. And I think part of it is the herbal prebiotic fiber has a lot of adaptogenic herbs. Adaptogenic herbs really help to nourish the adrenal system, the endocrine system in general, which is the hormones. The adrenal cortex builds hormones, right? So energy increase is probably the biggest thing the most common thing I've heard back after people have done their little detox reset kits, their herbal detox kits. And so this Energizer Bunny got even more energy. Wow. Actually, another person did also say that they had too much energy. I'm like, is that possible? And I mean, they felt like a little bit like, the nervousness potentially. So I think that just taking it slow. And like I said, with this is the fiber blend. It's like start with a 1/4 teaspoon, right? So this is going to last you. So if you guys, whoever's watching, if you still have your herbal fiber blend, keep taking it. I literally take it all the time. It's such a good adaptogen blend. Adaptogens are expensive. Have you seen ashwagandha? That's one from Costco. And it's expensive. So I try to make things really affordable because I have all the contacts, and Mother Nature is my distributor. So she's so generous. Okay, so yeah, she doesn't need very much food. She's noticed, a lot of people said that they didn't get as many cravings, which is awesome, right? So they don't have to worry about consuming that inflammatory food. So that's a way of eliminating, because your blood sugars are going to get balanced when you start increasing your fiber. Don't eat junk food, first of all, and get your gut back in order. So your metabolism is healthier. It's not all out of whack craving wacky foods. If that's really profound. The way I just said that, but it's all about fiber, protein balance. So no sugar is a big thing. And a fermented gut is a gut that is obviously healthy and won't crave any crappy food. So that's the biggest thing I've heard. We actually talked a lot about peptides and hormones like GLP-1, kind of like the Ozempic revolution that's happening right now. And you can do it naturally through all these things. I have a little handout we're going to go over here. So thank God, like a beautiful testimonial. She's ready for the next level. She wants to heavy metal detox. Whoop, whoop. So zeolites in all the detox kits. You're going to gently heavy metal detox. Like I would start with drainage pathways. I would slowly, if you're not like a seasoned detoxer like me, who's been detoxing, oh my gosh, since 2008, I've done almost 20 liver flushes. I've done the master cleanse. I've done fasts. Anyways, I'm just saying, even I wouldn't jump into these really intense heavy metal detoxes. I would just do it very carefully. And so like zeolite clay is one. And that's why I always have it in my herbal fiber blend, because you're just going to slowly but surely protect yourself from any of the heavy metals coming in, and slowly, just like zap the ones that are residual sitting in the body. All right. So she's in for the next level. She does a lot of cleanses and she's very experienced. So I feel really confident. That's a thing. When some people, like, they say, I'm kind of scared. Okay, start slow. Let's go over this. Get an iridology assessment and I can see how strong your system is. I can see if you have a strong constitution or a sensitive constitution, which is very easy to see, and see which toxins are lingering in your body. See if there's heavy metals that are affecting the body system, right? And that's what iridology can show you. It's awesome. Okay. I'm going to quickly go through these and I can't stop talking about them. I'm so excited, guys. So day 7, we were half through, and that's what we talked about, energies and cravings. So I had the GLP-1 hormone peptide system. It's all about metabolism, and it's all about like these herbs. I mean, it can be these herbs. It can be also, you don't even have to get herbs. You can just have all these free lifestyle things that you're doing already. So look at your protein levels, right? Hopefully you have a high protein. So look at your body weight, how much protein you need. Fiber, increase your fiber, get good vegetable fibers, and then fermented foods. So that's my specialty. Come get some fermented foods or take a class. There's free classes on YouTube here, how to make the easiest ferments. Make your own fermented pickles. My probiotic pickle workshop is so fun. You guys should check it out on my channel. And so then I listed all the herbs to help with a healthy metabolism. So that's blood sugar balancing. And berberine is an extract from barberry, golden seal, Oregon grapefruit. There's a few others. Yeah, those are the main ones. And that is an extract. So it's very strong, and it's recommended now as the Ozempic alternative. But you can do it. You also should be doing all the dietary stuff, and it will help your blood sugar levels, so your metabolism's better. But then you need the peptides coming in, so a healthy form of fiber. Anyways, it's a whole formula. So I kind of wrote that out there and just recommending things, especially fermented foods, though that's a big thing to really help to boost your metabolism so your body can produce peptides from the protein that you're feeding it, right? Peptides are just the little parts, the amino acids, right? That's protein. Day 8, another fermentation Friday. This is where I had my tech malfunction and I couldn't go live, and I was going to show everybody the quickest way to make a ferment is, and the best detox ferment is beet kvass. But I literally have like 2 classes on my Instagram channel and 2 classes on my YouTube channel. So I just sent them a link, and a lot of people made beet kvass and they're super successful because I make it so easy. I take away all the complications. There's a lot of recipes you find in other places, and they recommend too much salt, first of all. So you have the salty, gross, in my opinion, I love salt too, which is so weird for me to say this, but too salty, man. So I recommend less salt, and it's a quick ferment and easy. And beets are pretty inexpensive. You can grow them yourself, and you can mix a bunch of other things too. Yeah, so right here, optional: ginger, clove, different herbs, People put garlic in their beet kvass. I like mine a little bit more like sweet and beety. I don't want the garlic, like just so much garlic and everything. I love garlic. I put it in other things. Yeah. So that was what we did there, and I've encouraged everybody to make their beet kvass. And I do actually have more recipes for beet kvass, so I'm just going to keep producing beet kvass workshops and classes. Okay, guys. All right, sounds good. Okay, so day 9, day 10. So we went over again, just stress. All like, what is the stress and nerve connection, right? So nervous system supportive herbs, what they do. And then day 10, we talked about drainage and sweating it out. And then there's herbs that help you sweat better. If you don't sweat, that I would be concerned. Like, it's kind of fun because, you're not gonna be that sweaty mess when you want to be cool and calm. But sweating is an excellent way to detox, especially heavy metals. And that's the way you detox your lungs. So if you're getting a cough, that's what you want to do. I mean, deep breathing and sweating, right? So get your perspiration in order, guys. I recommend it. Love your herbal mama. And then day 11 and 12, we did some more talk about gut repair and rebuilding. We're kind of near the end here, so I thought I'd talk about the rebuilding stage. I'm taking a long time during these. Yeah. So we did collagen, and then what kinds of collagen? Plant-based collagen. There's no collagen in plants, but there is herbs that help to produce it. And it'll help from all your protein and stuff like that, your plant-based proteins. And yeah, day 12, more about muscle, lymph, fascia, the connection, and how you got to move it or lose it. Lose your mobility, lose your, youthful feeling body. And then day 13 and 14, the 2 last days, I did some like mystical kind of spiritual stuff here, talking about nature's wisdom and, the plant medicine matriarch reset. I do have a lot of women in the group, but there is a few men too. So I didn't want to leave them out because it's all about embody Mother Nature, doesn't care if you're a man or a woman. And that's the kind of wisdom I'm talking about. The plant, going back to nature, the plant medicine, and connecting with nature and your food and mothering yourself, right? And we all have that feminine, masculine balance inside. So day 14, the final reflection. So we just went over the basics again, and I just kind of reflected. That's what we did, guys. And we did it in so many different ways. Repetition is the mother of all education. And here we are. We're at the end stage. So we're at day 15. And I wanted to talk about my liver flush. And so I have a liver flush protocol that this is the one. So back in 2012, I started doing these cleanse groups, and the main cleanse that I usually do a 30-day prep. So we do that reset, like a spring reset, all the lifestyle things that I talked about in that challenge, and get everybody ready. I had, with the spring reset, I didn't even mention this, there is a nourishing detox booklet, which is basically a recap of that video that I have on YouTube. So you can go watch that and get all that information free. But the nourishing detox booklet also has 14 recipes, some detox recipes, and just a few food recommendations. And so you want to get your drainage pathways cleared and ready. Get your lifestyle in order. Don't go into a big heavy metal detox or a liver flush and you're not sleeping. That's your priority. Your priority is your core 4, all those things I just talked about with the, what we did with the reset. We did a 14-day intensive challenge, and, reminders about like, hey, are we doing the basic? Are we drinking water? If you're not, here, herbal hydration, get some herbs to help your body hydrate better. And then you don't necessarily have to drink as much water because you're getting those trace minerals in a very dense kind of form. And so after a 14-day spring reset, do you want to do a liver flush? Maybe. So I do have a protocol here. This is the booklet. And it goes over, actually, I was going to go and show you guys the booklet, but I would just go to my website and you'll see I have a couple teaser pages, and it just takes you through the step by step. So it's basically 6 days of apples, an apple a day. I recommend you can either eat 1 or 2 apples a day. The original cleanse, which is the doctor, actually he's not a doctor, Andreas Moritz. He's a nutritional advisor. This is the book. And then he has pages of the protocol. So I have 3 pages of protocol. I try to break it down, make it really clear. And everybody that did the spring reset gets a coupon code, and they get this free. Actually, I have it on sale for $11. It's not that much. But this has been revised from my clinical practice starting in 2012 when I did these cleanse groups, and I would step everybody through, ease them in, give them the easiest way to do the liver flush. You're doing a little bit of fasting. So you're doing 6 days of apples basically and eating pretty healthy food. I have a list of what foods to eat, what foods to avoid. And then one day, it's not even a day of fasting. It's actually from 2 p.m. So you have this really light breakfast, you have a really light lunch, and you try to stop eating anything by 2 p.m. And so you're drinking water, and there's an Epsom salt drink, and it's not very tasty. Sorry about that, but it's what you got to do to purge. So this is a purging detox. This is a real detox. It's called a flush because it is forcing a flush. And you can do other things besides Epsom salt. So I have a list of all the alternatives. So there's magnesium oxide. There's a few other things listed in the booklet, this little guidebook. And so yeah, 1 day, so 6 days of apples, easy eats. I have the recommendation, 1 day of fasting, and a night of loving your liver. So the liver flush, basically, you're chugging some olive oil, but you're mixing it with lemon. So you have lemon juice and olive oil together. I find the lemon cuts the oil up. I am used to this. I actually can handle drinking oil now with lemon. I couldn't just chug olive oil on its own. Maybe a tablespoon, and I take my cod liver oil, I just drink it. But I think it's half a cup. I'd have to look at my little booklet again. And then you do that right before bed. So it's one night, try to go to bed by 11. That goes in along with the traditional Chinese medicine organ system clock, as it's called. So how your detox systems work. And then you will wake up in the morning. You take some more Epsom salts. You have everything ready by your bed. It shows you all the prep. And then you're going to get up and flush gallstones out of your liver is the idea. And some people see gallstones, some people don't. Sometimes the gallstones are all clumped up in what, and so you can't even see them. So, if anybody wanted to get the guidebook, I would be available for questions, emails, calls to guide you through it for sure. And even if you're unsure if you should do the flush, you probably shouldn't. There you go. There's my sales pitch. That's good. But the part of the book too, there's the easy peasy lemon squeezy. And that one is every day, the 7 days, you just do a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of lemon every morning when you wake up. And then you want to flush your bowels. It's actually from Dr. Group from Global Healing. I love his messages. I might take his course and be a nutritional recommender. I'm already doing that. But he has an oxy powder blend. It's a magnesium compound that is, it's ozonated, and it kind of works like a volcano. It's really it goes in and it scours and scrubs, and it gets your bowel flushing and flowing, which is what you need when you activate the liver to release gallstones. You don't want any gallstones getting clumped up in the bowels, right? So, ultimately an iridology reading can really tell. I can see if you have diverticulitis going on, little pockets basically in your colon, then you'd be concerned about doing a liver flush. I would try to soothe and soften that first before I would do a liver flush. I think next steps for all my spring reset people would be to either do a liver flush like that if you feel totally ready and your drainage pathways, your bowels are flowing. If not, I would do another 30 days. This is just a gentle, nourishing another herbal detox kit, just supporting your detoxification system, but focused on the gut. So it's a blend that has berberine, pine, and those are for rebuilding. It's also for metabolism, as we saw. And then there's a herbal fiber blend, again, with zeolite, triphala, and there's a different herbal blend in this one. Still has the adaptogenic herbs, but it is more mineral dense, so it helps with the flow and the hydration of the gut. There's actually kelp in there, and it's balanced with a lot of mineral-rich herbs that won't overstimulate the thyroid. But if you're on thyroid medication, then definitely talk to either me as a herbalist or talk to your doctor. And the iridology reading, can really see where you're at, see which level you want to go, what your next steps are. So I definitely recommend that. I recommend this easy peasy lemon squeezy liver flesh. It's like you need olive oil, lemons, and I would just get some magnesium. You don't need the oxy powder, but are you taking magnesium? It's one of the best things for relaxing, because it's either usually a stressed out gut or a dehydrated gut that makes the gut back up, basically. So with the gut detox, though, it is for healing and sealing. So I was talking about those little pockets. So it helps to clear all that up, help to get the mucosal membrane really soft and healthy again. So if it's raw and irritated, that is your ticket. And then, of course, it comes with ferments for 30 days. So go check out my website, guys. And all these options are there for you to see and connect with me. And I'll try to bring you through the easiest way to get to know your body, to empower your health, and educate you. So thanks for joining today. That was less than an hour. I'm so impressed with myself. So if you have any questions, connect with me on my website, theherbalmama.com. Check out all my videos on the YouTube channel, The Herbal Mama 101. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram, posting daily. And I hope to see you guys soon. And I'll wrap this up. Thanks for joining. Happy health journey to everyone.